Now, the instructions on how to use tongues in a Christian gathering is recorded in 1 Corinthians chapter 14. And in verse 13, we discover that anyone who attempts to speak in tongues in a Christian gathering must be able to interpret what he or she is saying. And going down to verse 27, we discover that if that person cannot interpret the tongues he is speaking, that there should be one or two persons around who will interpret what that person is saying. And going down to verse 28, it concludes that if the person speaking in tongues does not know how to interpret it and there is no other interpreter around, that the speaking in tongues should not be used at all in a Christian gathering. Now, when you go up to verse 19, you discover that it is better to use 5 words that people understand than 10,000 tongues that people do not understand. And in verse 33, it shows that God is not an author of confusion, which means that if you are using tongues in a Christian gathering, you are going to cause confusion without interpretation because people are not going to understand what you are saying. So when you study the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, you discover that this is the only place and the only instruction given about the speaking in tongues. Now I have a full video that I go deeper into explaining everything I've just summarized now, and I'm going to drop its link on the description, comment section, or the bio so that any platform you are watching this particular video, you can follow and access that video. Remain blessed.